Fred?
Hey, Garrison. Can you, was that the biggest steal of your life? And can you just take us through those final few seconds defending the inbounds and even just watching everything that went on?
I mean, it was probably one of the biggest, you know, moments for sure in my sports career. It all happened so quick. I saw my main guy was Joe Harris, and that I was guarding, and I saw KD was kind of left alone, and I don't know what he was doing. He turned around, and the ball was right there. So I saw Russell on the wing and wide open. You got to make the right play, and he hit a big time shot, man. Big time shot by a big time player.
And what is it like for you? I know you're a guy who appreciates someone who plays with that kind of energy. What is it like for you to play alongside Russell when he's showing that kind of energy?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, what is it like for you to play alongside a guy who plays with that kind of energy when he's dominating a game like Russell did tonight?
I've always grown up loving his passion and loving watching him play. His competitiveness and his fire is really some of the the best fire and best competitiveness I've ever seen, and been able to play with. So it's incredible to watch, because I try to bring somewhat of that same fire, and just to watch him and his leadership coming with that. I mean, it's awesome to be able to experience and play with.
David Aldridge?
Hey, Garrison. You were born in '96, right?
Was.
Do you remember anything about 8 points in 9 seconds with the Pacers and Reggie Miller?
No. I don't.
Have you seen it? Have you ever seen it on YouTube?
I don't think so.
That's the closest thing that I can recall to what you guys did tonight. But you said you wanted to make the right play, but you were open too. So I'm just wondering, in that situation, why was passing to Russ the right play?
Well, I was falling out of bounds too when I caught the ball, and I had a guy closing out, and Russell. I mean, he was wide open on a three. I mean, of course, it crossed my mind to shoot it, and I definitely thought about it. But when you got an all-star sitting on the wing wide open, I mean, you got to make the right play.
Right. And you were here last year, and I just wonder, I know you guys from the win-loss perspective did not have the season you won it last year, but did this game feel more like the way you all played last year when you were really kind of wide open offensively?
Yeah, especially because I'm always on the second unit, and when I do get in, and it definitely felt like it did a little bit last year, because we had some great games with the second unit last year, and it definitely felt more free flowing. The spacing was better, and we got a lot of guys on the, everybody fights, but we got a lot of guys on the second team that play hard. I mean, Mo comes in and gave us a huge boost. He plays super hard, and he's been out 3 weeks, so it's tough to come in and after being out 3 weeks, but he played great. You couldn't ask for a better game from Mo. He brings that fire, so when you bring that fire, it's contagious to the whole team.
Matt Paris?
Hey, Garrison, just curious, what did Russell say to you in that moment? Was it just screaming, or did he say anything to you?
During the play?
Yeah, after hitting the shot and after the steal.
I don't really know, to be honest with you. It happened so fast, and everybody was yelling that I don't know. I just turned and looked. He was right there, and I threw it to him. I don't really know if he was yelling at me or not.
And then there was that stretch in the second quarter where you, Mo, and Ish kind of just settled the game, kind of helped you guys claw back in it. How important was that for you guys, and what was clicking there?
I mean, it was important because, they got onto a big run early, and, it almost kind of felt like, the past 4 or 5 games that we've had, that we're, kind of, lowering our heads, getting frustrated, and, me and Mo, we try to bring, some sort of fire to that second unit, and just playing hard, because we're not guys that are going to go out and score 20 a game, and that's okay. But when you bring a certain fire, I just feel like it brings the whole team up, when you play as hard as you can and when you're fighting and stuff like that. So, just for us second unit guys to come in and play as hard as we can, it gives the first, I feel like the first unit guys another boost. So.
And last question to Neil.
Garrison, early in the first quarter, Scott had to go through a lot of timeouts. You guys were down 31-13. What was being said in those timeouts and those huddles to keep guys positive so that you guys could actually make a run eventually?
Coach Man was just saying just to keep fighting. It's hard. The past couple of times, or the last time I spoke, I said that we cannot have that losing mentality. After losing 4 straight and then being down, what would you say, 31-16, whatever it was. I mean, it's hard not to snap into that losing mentality, but we're all professionals, and when you come in and play as hard as you can and try to turn that out, that was huge for us to get a little bit of run in the second quarter, because that set the tone, I think, for us the rest of the game. I mean, NBA games are super long. If we get down early, it doesn't mean we're going to lose. There's a ton of possessions, especially with how we play and how they play. Our pace is pretty high, so there's going to be a ton of possessions, and we can't continue to get down on ourselves when we're down 15, 20 points, because you never know what can happen, as you see tonight. So.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.